Film. Witcher Season 3, Episode 1. What did you think of it?
I enjoyed it, which is quite surprising considering kind of the reception season 2 had. But yeah, I think it was a decent start. I'm interested to see where it goes next.
I've got a question for you, though. Is Geralt too good? Is he too OP?
He is pretty strong, and this is coming from the books. There is very few people who can beat him, so I think he's fine. I don't think he's too strong. He is one of the best fighters in the world of The Witcher, so...
Yeah, it does make you question, though, at the beginning, the opening scene. Why do 4 random guys think they can take him?
Yeah, I know. I thought that. And then he just murders the last guy who's unarmed. I was just like, wow.
The violence in the episode, it's brilliant. It's just some of the questioning of like, oh yeah, what, 4 guys? This guy's destroyed armies? Yeah, no, we can take him. Yeah, we can beat him up. Don't worry about it. It's like, not too sure about that, guys.
They didn't even have armor or anything. They were just like walking around in like leather shirts. I was like, are these just some people from the tavern?
Yeah, we could take the most dangerous guy ever made. Yeah, it's fine. Leading on from that point, I also thought that when later on in the episode he tackles the Jackbase, the beetle creature, I was kind of expecting a big kind of duel between them, and he just kills it in 30 seconds. And I'm like, okay, what exactly are they running if you can just kill everything that's sent after them?
Yeah, I was quite surprised he killed it that quickly, but I mean, it makes sense for him to be efficient at killing monsters. I mean, that is...
that's like his job.
Yeah, that is literally his job. But yeah, it was a very short-lived monster, I feel like. It wasn't in the episode that long.
It was kind of built up when they were in the dungeon.
Yeah, with the Rience.
Yeah, I thought like they could have made it a 10-minute thing through the maze, and it just didn't. They just turned around and killed it. So I just don't quite get why they're running if he can simply just take down everything that's sent after them. I mean, as you said, there's very few things that can actually take on Geralt.
I mean, the main person who's been a threat at the moment has been Rience.
Oh, the fire mage.
Yeah, right. He's kind of been the main baddie, I would say, so far. He kind of started off in season 2, and he's kind of become the main baddie in season 3.
I was cracking up when he's got his hands broke.
Well then, I guess it's time to take it up a notch.
Why didn't he just kill him? Why did he just break his hands?
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, it would take 2 seconds for him to just
like break his neck,
hit him with the sword.
Why break his
yeah. I mean, I guess he was running short on time because the portal was going to close.
If he had enough time to break his hands, why did he break his neck?
I also find it weird that he's not wearing any armor or any like protective clothing. Did you find that weird?
I found it weird that he didn't take any potions or anything like that, you know?
Yeah, true. No potions.
Even when fighting the Jackbase and stuff like that, he didn't take any potions. He just went in there with a sword, which makes me think, okay, he doesn't even need to level up to take on these creatures. So what exactly are they running from? If he doesn't even need to like boost himself, he's just taking these things on at a stroll. What is the need to run and always hide if he's just absolutely wiping the floor with everything that comes near him? If anything, it would be good for Ciri to learn to fight these creatures if these are so easy.
What I did enjoy, though, I think they've done a really good job with the magic. You see Geralt use Gwen. He used Gwen when he was fighting the elves. I thought that was pretty cool. It takes me back to season 1 when he used Ard when he was fighting Renfri's bandits. It kind of reminded me of that.
I agree. I do think it's weird that they have such kind of, they've used the magic quite well, but then sometimes when you look at the kind of the scenery, it looks so animated.
Yeah, I thought that, yeah.
There was a scene at the very end when you're zooming in on Emhyr. It really kind of zooms by quick, but like if you look at the side, it's all like 2D animated. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I felt the same way about that.
But then like kind of the fight scenes are really well put together because you see, it's not like you see the sword and you don't see the blood. You see the sword go through them and the blood kind of drip out the back and stuff like that. So it makes me think that they put real effort into some things and then not into others, which is kind of bizarre.
Yeah, you can definitely tell a lot of the budget goes towards the fights and they kind of cut corners in other areas. But, I'm willing to forgive that. I think the fights they've done have been pretty good. I can't think of a bad fight scene in any of the seasons, to be honest.
All of the fight scenes, they all seem to be done in this one take motion where the camera follows every kind of swing of his blade and there's not really anything hidden. You don't see the blade get hidden like, it goes through his arm or something. No, goes straight through his chest and stuff like that. I think they've done a really good job with that.
Yeah.
What did you think of Radovid?
Yeah, I like seeing Radovid. People who read the books or have played the games, they'll know a bit about this character.
Is he a bit of a dark horse? Is he? Is he very smart,
I
pretending to be
definitely
dumb?
think so. That's the case. Yeah, I don't think he's an idiot. I think he pretends to be in certain situations, but I think he's a pretty smart character, and
It does feel like it, doesn't it? He has that kind of sinister.
And you see him with Philip, and it's interesting to see those two together, especially people who've played the game. It's interesting to see Philip and Radovid working together. You also see Dijkstra when he's speaking to Philippa in the Redanian castle, and he's speaking about how he's unimpressed with the king. I believe he's speaking about that. And Philippa's kind of sick of taking orders from.
Yeah, they're almost plotting to overthrow him, aren't they?
It does seem that way, yeah.
There's a lot of plots going on at the moment.
There is a lot of stuff in motion because you've got the elves, you've got Nilfgaard with Emhyr.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the elves. It's like sometimes they seem to be kind of this faction that are like, yeah, let's go and kill the humans and all this, and then they just stop and sing a song instead, and it's like, okay.
I mean, they suck at fighting. I mean, they just lose people left, right, and center.
Really do, don't they?
I mean,
like they are the worst race for fighting. Like they had the drop when Ciri was there in that kind of courtyard at the end. They just got slaughtered again, and it's like,
yeah, I know.
Okay.
They're just losing, and you kind of see Francesca kind of losing her position as the boss of them. Like, is that other elf? I can't remember his name. Gallatin. Yeah, he's kind of like getting frustrated with her because she's looking for Dol Blathana, which is kind of like a homeland for the elves in a sense, like their own place.
But they both have kind of like a different vision of what that's going to be.
Yeah, I think he thinks it's for the birds. He's kind of getting frustrated with her, and he's like, listen, we need to feed our people. We need to protect our people.
You do see his point of just like, if your people are starving and stuff like that, playing in this high level political game where you can't really fight the people that are actually doing it, it seems a bit above your station. We are starving. Please get some food. And she's like, nah, I'm going after Syria. It's like, I don't think that's a wise. Yeah, let's take on Geralt when we're all emaciated and famine ridden. It's like, yeah, that couldn't go badly at all.
I mean, they just don't have the numbers, right? They're like a guerrilla force, basically. They ambush caravans, they're stealing just to survive. It is a real struggle for the elves. They are definitely the underdog.
Who do you think healed Rience's hands at the end, and why did he heal him?
So Yennefer speaks about how she thinks Rience is basically being puppeted by someone much more powerful, someone who's kind of in the shadows. I'm almost 99% sure I know who that is, and people who read the books will know who that is.
Spoiler alert.
I'm almost certain it's Vilgefortz. He's the character in season one. We see a bit of him in season 1 near the end, and we see he hasn't really been in it that much, but he's been in scenes with, I remember him in a scene with Seiya. He's higher up at Aretuza, basically. He's a very, very powerful mage, but he's also quite good at sword fighting. He's quite talented at that as well.
Do you think that's going to kind of head off now that they're going to head there?
Potentially, yeah. But I didn't think about that, actually. Yeah, I do think that is going to be a major thing in the coming episodes.
I feel like Jaskier might be playing two sides. I don't know if he would have told Ciri and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's another subplot of Jaskier's playing kind of like a spy for both sides.
Because I'm playing both sides so that I always come out on top.
He's playing both sides, so he always wins.
Because we still haven't seen any, this is going back to season 2, but we didn't see any Kahia and Fringilla Vigo, because they at the end of season 2, they got imprisoned by the Emperor, right? So we still don't know what's happened to them.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them. I'm hoping to see more Emhyr and Nilfgaard. That's kind of where my interest is at the moment. Yeah, Nilfgaard. I really like Emhyr as a character. He is an interesting character.
Yeah, we only saw him briefly at the very end.
Yeah, we don't know much about him. Very mysterious.
Is that like a good thing though? Because sometimes the best villains are ones you just feel their presence, and then like it kind of leaves the writers open to either turning him good or bad. Do you know what I mean?
True. I mean, he is very mysterious.
You just don't know his motivations at the moment, which possibly makes it more interesting.
Technically, he's Ciri's father, so you think his motivations would be good, but then you also have Nilfgaard as kind of acted as a conqueror. He's kind of conquering all his neighbours.
You don't know which way they're going to turn.
You don't.
Right, that's our episode 1 review of season 3 of The Witcher. Make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. If you've seen the first episode, let us know in the comments, what way do you think this is going? Do you think we're right on some things? Do you think we're wrong? I'm definitely curious to see what you have to say.